Hi, everybody. We have reached chapter 4. I love chapter 4, and as you can imagine, when you look at your assignments for this week, you actually have both of your assignments coming out of chapter 4 for this week, rather than one out of chapter 3 and one out of chapter 4. So the two areas in chapter 4 that we're going to be looking at, one is about where is home. And I love, you're going to watch a TED Talk on this subject that's really interesting about where do we call home. We're also going to be looking at a video called The DNA Journey, which is a really moving video. And it talks a lot about how we have these expectations of, I'm Mexican American or I'm white or whatever it might be. But really, when we go into our DNA and find out that all of us belong to lots of different cultures. I actually did that spit test or whatever with Ancestry.com and got my results back, which were really interesting for me to find out what my DNA was. It turns out I'm pretty much European. So I think it was 90 something percent Great Britain, big chunk of the rest was Scandinavian, and then all these other little things. I have a friend who's living with us right now, a friend of our family, and he was born in Great Britain. Both his parents were born in Great Britain, and he swore up and down he was 100% Great Britain. When his results came back, because I bought him that for Christmas, the DNA kit. So when his results came back, he was only, I think, 13% Great Britain, and the rest somewhat European, but also Greek and Irish, and he was astounded by those results. So I think when you watch that video, it's going to hopefully move you a little bit, and I'd like you to think about your own DNA journey and where you think you might come from. The other piece of this chapter that you'll be writing a paper on is on religion and identity. There's a couple of options for this chapter. There'll be some videos, there'll be some articles that you can read. But what I ultimately want you to think about is how your religion, or if your religion is no religion, how that affects your identity. So religion and identity are two very intertwined things. And so I really want you to think about when you're reading these articles or watching the video, is how religion changes our lives and how it changes the world. On a random note, I write topics for the United States Academic Decathlon, and one of my favorite topics I ever wrote was around this. And literally the question was, do you think religion has made the world a better or a worse place? And that's actually a really interesting thing to think about with everything going on in our world around religion. So when you're reading both of those parts of the chapter, both where is home and also looking at religion and identity, I want you to really put yourself into those topics and think about where is home for you, and also how does your religion or belief system affect your identity. So enjoy reading chapter 4, and I will see you in the next chapter. Thank you.